Today, I'm attempting the ultimate pub crawl through the world's largest beer festival, also known as Oktoberfest. With 14 main tents, my goal is to sink a beer in every single one before the day is over. But why am I doing this? Well, last month I ran a marathon in a pair of Crocs, pushing my body to its absolute limit. Now I want to see if I can push my mind to the limit, tackling what could be the most degenerate challenge yet.
Die middel, die tits, die sap, top.
But is it even possible to drink 14 steins of beer in one sitting? I feel sick. I'm gonna throw up. Will it even be fun going completely alone? And most importantly, will we make it through this video without passing out? Let's find out. Okay, so next weekend is actually the final weekend of the whole of Oktoberfest for this year, and it's expected to attract over 400,000 visitors, which means it's going to be absolutely crazy. But leaving it this late to go means accommodation and getting there is ridiculously expensive. No, for real, this is the cheapest Airbnb online. Have a look at this. They've either gone for really brutalist art decor, or they like to shoot up crystal meth. And have a guess how much it is for 3 nights. £263. Even the hostel prices are mental. 1 bed in a 6-bed dorm is £118 per night. And I'm pretty skint right now. And I kind of want to save my money for the 14 litres of beer I'm going to have to drink. So we're going to have to think of a new plan to make this work. Okay, so flying straight into Munich is way too pricey. But I was looking at nearby cities and I may have just found our loophole. So it turns out you can actually fly from Bristol to Prague for just £20 and then grab a £30 bus from Prague to Munich. Sure, it takes over 10 hours more, but we're saving almost half the pennies. I've also managed to book some super cheap accommodation, which looks absolutely mental. But we'll get more into that later. So, I guess we're going to Prague, boys. So while I spent the night in this creepy underground dungeon hostel and got ready for the bus trip to Munich, I thought I'd give you a quick backstory on what Oktoberfest actually is. It all started in 1810 as a royal wedding celebration, with locals coming together to feast, drink booze, and have a party. Over 200 years later, the tradition still stands, with over 6 million people attending each year to enjoy the culture and community. And for foreigners, it's a giant excuse for a piss up and to dress up in silly outfits. Let's go. Alright, boys and girls, so we have arrived in the one and only, the beautiful Munich. I'm actually so excited. Just walking around and seeing all the guys look so cool. All the girls look hot. Like, I think this is where I find my German wife. But before I get ahead of myself, let's go through the rules of this challenge. So I'm attending Oktoberfest tomorrow starting at 10 AM, where I'll have exactly 12 hours to drink 14 steins of beer, one each of the major tents. But here's the catch. You can't get served a beer unless you're sat down at a table. And once all the tables are full, they close the tents. So if I want to complete this challenge to its fullest extent, I'm gonna have to get my beers in ASAP. But first things first, we need to get some accommodation and a night's sleep. And I did say I found something cool, so let's go check it out. Hello, this is MTV. Welcome to my crib. Come on in. So as you can see here, we've got a little studio apartment. We've got a little kitchen down the bottom, little porch at the front, and then this, where the magic happens. Now, this is actually class. So it's basically a camping hostel, and there's just hundreds of tents, and everyone's here just to camp for Oktoberfest. So I think this is gonna be fun. The only issue is this was the cheapest tent, which was £20 a night, but it's a 2-person tent. And there's one of me. So she said there's a good chance that I could be sharing this with someone else, a stranger. And I don't know if you can see, but there's not much room. That being said, I think this is going to be an adventure. So while I acquainted myself with my new neighbours. Ciao bello.
Wow, that's so advanced.
I thought I'd spend the rest of the day detoxing and purifying my body, ready for our challenge tomorrow. I will see you in the morning. That was quite possibly the worst night's sleep I've ever had in my entire life. I slept like this, fully clothed, my towel wrapped around me and 2 sleeping bags. I was freezing. It's currently 9 AM, so we've got about an hour to get to Oktoberfest, but I can't go dressed like a sleep-deprived crackhead, so I guess we're gonna have to get changed. So while I lined the stomach and worked out how to get to Oktoberfest, it was time for our challenge to begin. Alright, I've got pre-party cheers. I'm getting... So I brought a little beer for the road, little warm-up beer, as we would, while we wait to walk into the place, the arena, the battleground. So I guess without further ado, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. So as I made my way into the festival, the first mission was to secure a table. However, this is a lot easier said than done.
Boys, it's completely packed already. Fuck.
Most of the tables were either reserved or completely full, even at 10 AM. And honestly, I spent about 40 minutes just doing laps, trying to pluck up the courage to ask a group to sit on their table.
Fuck, this is cooked. This is absolutely cooked. I sit here with 3 blokes on it, but I hate this.
And it wasn't looking good.
I asked them and they said no. They said no, they're waiting for someone else. Please just put a beer in my hand.
But after a couple failed attempts, we finally secured a spot on a table with a couple beautiful German boys.
We found a table. Alright, flying stick with a pint.
And then we were joined by a group of boys from the Netherlands, and at this point I was 1 stein down, which is about 2 pints, so I was absolutely flying. We got involved with a few weird German rituals.
What the fuck?
And this guy even showed me how fast he can chin a stein, which is pretty fast. But unfortunately, this table was reserved for midday, so we had to vacate. So I said goodbye to my new friends and continued my quest onto Okay, that is the first pint done and dusted. The first 2 pints, the first 10. I'm pretty steaming, not gonna lie. I know the rules now, so let's f***ing go. And once again, in order to be served a beer, I needed to be sat down at a table, and I managed to swindle myself onto a table full of Americans on a work trip.
GoPro.
Yeah, I'm filming a YouTube video.
My name's Madeline. You can call me Maddie. My fun fact is I lived in Costa Rica for 6 months.
You live in Costa Rica?
For 6 months.
Hablas español?
Un poquito. Yeah. Un poquito.
Estoy tratando.
Okay.
No, yeah.
He needs to work on his Spanish, guys. It's okay.
Things were going good, I was blending into the team, I was building some solid rapport, assimilating myself into the culture, when suddenly a group of rowdy middle-aged English blokes joined the table.
The fuck you say?
The festival music started, and just absolute chaos began. But I figured the only way I'm going to survive this chaos is if I fully embrace it.
Die middel, die tits, die sub, ta.
Number 3, 10, number 2. We made some friends with some beautiful Americans who all work at the same company. It's going good. So we're gonna go enjoy more pints with them. Let's see what happens. Let's go.
All of a sudden, things started to go downhill very quickly.
I'm like half blind. We're half blind. But we're on that journey to success. All right, boys and girls. We are currently 5 steins deep. What is that? 12 pints? I don't really know. I feel sick. I'm gonna throw up. And they don't serve water in these places. I feel discombobulated. I'm not ready to throw. I'm not ready to just... Let's get some food, some water. We'll be back on our quest.
So at this point, I was absolutely spinning.
I do not feel good, boys.
I think the result of 7 hours continuous drinking with nothing but 1 small bread roll in my stomach, it just completely threw me out. And I managed to stumble across a group of people suffering the same fate as me, also known as the...
Fuck. No, I can't. I know my limits and I've reached it.
I spent about half an hour here just battling some demons and I was still absolutely fried. And after losing all my new friends and only getting through a fraction of the tents we were supposed to, I thought this might be a pathetic end to our challenge.
My body is saying no. So long as I come this far.
But suddenly that bottle of water finally hit me, the timeout was done, and I was feeling like a real human boy again. So it's time to roll back out and head to And this is where I discovered a new skill that would completely change the game for the entire night. It actually turns out if you tip the waiters enough money, they will serve you a beer no matter where you are in the crowd, which completely eliminates the need to waste time searching for a table. I also managed to meet a few cool German girls who are also tablers, suffering the same fate as me, who joined me on my quest.
Oh, hi, my name is Ava. I just got murdered, and my fun fact is that, oh my god, but I can tell.
You're very special, like you're different.
That's it.
That's
And with this newfound freedom, it meant we could have a boogie and a beer anywhere we wanted. And this day was not over yet. My newfound friends were down with the plans, so we started just trying to tick off 10 after 10. But just as we started to make some real progress and things were finally starting to look up for this challenge, I was hit with some heartbreaking news. It was 10:30 p.m, which meant the whole festival was completely closing. And that was it. The day is over. With our goal of achieving a beer in all 14 tents, it looks like we were going to go home a complete failure. But we don't give up on this channel, and I may just had a little something tucked up my sleeve. It turns out the campsite I was staying on was owned by a pretty cool manager, also known as DJ Klaus. And earlier that day, I heard a rumor that DJ Klaus was throwing an after party back at the campsite. And this was it. This was our chance at a redemption arc, because although we didn't get through all 14 tents, we did drink 8 full steins. Meaning if we could somehow make it back to the after party on time, we could tick off the 6 remaining steins and at least bust 1 myth in this challenge. The problem is my phone was completely dead. I had about 1 brain cell left and no idea where I was or how to get home. Okay, so we might have a small little insignificant problem. I've asked for directions from strangers twice, and I don't know where I'm staying, where my thing is. And honestly, I don't remember anything from this. I didn't even remember leaving Oktoberfest, but I somehow remember coming back into consciousness as a human being. And I was just in this woods, this like woodland area with completely no idea where I was. This sucks. Why have you done this to me, world? Why have you given me this path that I don't know the answer to? I'm literally so... Fuck! That was so dumb. Okay, I'm gonna start running. And all of a sudden, out of the distance, a guardian angel, a little German boy on a bicycle, pulled up and I flagged him down and was like, please, can you tell me how to get home? And he set me on my path, and luckily, oh my god, we made it. We made it home. Oh god, I'm so happy. My brain is... I think I have 1 brain cell left, just pinging left and right. But that was so much fun. And our questions were answered. Can you drink 14 steins of beer in 1 day? No. Can you drink a beer in each one of the 14 major tents at Oktoberfest? Not unless you can literally inhale beer for breakfast. But can you go to Oktoberfest completely alone, absolutely raw dog it, end up meeting a bunch of fucking sick, cool people, get absolutely smashed, and have a frolic of a time? You sure can. So ladies and gentlemen, if you come this far in the video, you're a beautiful human, so you may as well subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.